We're ready. I'm ready.
Hey, we back once again with the Blrd Extra. All right, now that we are done with our Joker 2 review, now we can be able to talk about all things news that's happened in the past week, and just an opportunity for us to shoot the shit and just chill out. So, without further ado, or we were just talking about while we were in interim. I mean, Buried.
Buried.
It's not a bad movie.
Buried. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Bandit, you have recommended what was it? Phone Booth?
Phone Booth. Well, yeah, I don't remember seeing it, but
or was it
had a similar setup. So
yeah, I think, or it was Green Tuner. Green Tuner had mentioned Phone Booth. I haven't seen it, but
no, I think it was mentioned, and then I said I watched it, but I wasn't really like a fan of it. But you might like it because it's just Colin Farrell in a phone booth.
Yes, yeah.
I think there's like a sniper around him, and he can't like walk away, or the sniper starts killing people.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's a plot.
There's another movie like that as well with the guy that played Clash of Titans, or what was it? What was it called? Clash of the Titans. I forgot that guy's name. I hate his scream. He has such a.
I don't remember. I don't think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, Sam Worthington. He has that scream that they love capitalizing on. He's like, yeah. It's like, it's so weird. But yeah, I think he's in a similar movie like that. If not the same movie, but I can't remember. I have to look at his discography to see what he's all been in. But with that being said, no, I mean I thought it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, because it was actually like Ron Reynolds in a serious role, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting too, because you don't really see him act like he's not usually in those type of roles.
Exactly.
I feel like because like what was. I'm trying to think of like some other times where he wasn't funny. I can barely think of any other movies like that. I think there was one where he played some like military type dude.
Yeah, he usually does these type of movies for the most part. Like he's really kind of leaned in the role of being the self-aware, like funny guy, and it's just like
kind of playing himself. It seems like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it is what it is. But yeah, no, it's yeah. I think it's a decent movie. I don't think it's as bad as my wife makes it out to be, but you know, like I said, she doesn't have the greatest taste in movies, so I kind of don't take her opinion too seriously of what she likes and doesn't like. But I mean, it is what it is. I can't hate on her too much.
She said The Sopranos.
Sopranos.
I haven't seen The Sopranos, but I have heard good things about it.
Yeah,
I don't watch my dream though. But,
yeah, I've watched part of it and I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't watched it from end to end. I did like Sopranos of like the season 1 from what I saw. I don't know if it's going to be something. I need to finish it. I do want to finish it. Now I know they have the sequel. I think a sequel-esque of The Sopranos. So yeah, that's just another thing I need to watch. I'm still trying.
There's also the movie, right? Something Saints, whatever.
Yes, Saints of Sopranos movies. Yeah, there was something. Huh?
Yeah, it was a movie that came not too long ago.
The mini Saints of Newark.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Mini Saints of Newark. Yeah, that's another one. So yeah, there's a lot of things we need to watch. So, but it is what it is. So let's jump into the news.
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing, the day before devs return, they're coming back with a new game. Apparently,
the studio called how do you say the name? Fantastic, I'm assuming.
Fantastic.
There's no A, right?
Fantastic.
F Fantastic.
Yeah. F Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
F Fantastic.
Yeah, they're back with I guess a Kickstarter.
Another
Kickstarter.
Yeah, Kickstarter. Yep.
So more people want to support this thing too.
Yeah. Escape Factory. Yep. They have a game that they want to come out asking for. They have a pledge of $15,000. Right now they're at $2,400. It's slowly going up. They have 48 backers, and they got pretty much 16 days to go, which is crazy. I'm looking at the pledges, and there's a few people that have canceled their pledge.
Yeah.
As of like a week ago. I know there. I kind of. I don't
just
know.
like post a commentary.
No. They actually had their page.
Oh.
Well, post commentary of what's going on with like Escape Factory and how this was supposed to be a scam.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What sometimes people do on those things is they'll donate like $1, post like a really mean comment, and then refund the $1.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
just to be able to post like hateful shit on there, because some of those things don't let you like write comments or whatever unless you're like a contributor. So I'm wondering if that's what happened with some of those refunds.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, when they cancel it, it takes away the comment. So it looks like somebody made a pledge, and then another person commented. Maybe that same person commented on their comment, and then when they took away their pledge, the comment disappeared. So I don't know if that's the comment or like I don't see pledges themselves being they're not being highlighted on here. So it's the comments themselves of people that pledge that if you take away your pledge, then you can't comment on it, I guess, anymore. But yeah, if people are donating $1 just to say something, that makes sense. But yeah, I guess the main issue with this game, especially in the past with Escape Factory, was that it pretty much was an asset flip. So they were using assets from other games to make their game up, therefore giving they're not really doing anything new. This is just like, hey, almost like a money grab situation. So people were upset that like, hey, you're making a fake game, or you're making a game with very low minimum effort, and you're asking for money for it, but in reality, you're just getting a repackaged game of assets of other games. So
right, and I mean, not only that, they were promising like, all these features and a type of like sort of extraction game, I guess, for the old game, right?
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
For the old game, yeah.
The day before that game, they were promising this sort of like survival aspect, and everything was just super half baked. There was mechanically missing a bunch of features and just like not at all well put together. And like there's some dogs fighting outside, but like they also put a statement in there, right? It says like, from now on, we plan to base our all right, actually, let me get the full statement. It says, from now on, our development and marketing will be based on a principle of honesty. Like, so that it wasn't before, right? Like, what? I don't understand. So I don't understand how people could trust them again with their money.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Like, hey guys, all right, we lied, and this time, guys, you need to trust us because we're gonna give our word that we're
gonna do it the right way.
This time for sure, no asset flips.
Right, exactly.
We learned our lesson. We're good. So I'm not expecting anything, but I'm sure.
Wait, they didn't even change like their company name, anything?
I don't think so. No,
like that's so brazen.
Yeah,
that is so ballsy.
Yeah, they're going all in, and the crazy thing is like most of the money that they're getting, or the most money that they're getting right now, I think they got $2,000, is because some of the backers, one backer went paid for $2,000 by themselves. So one person paid $2,000 by themselves for one of the awards was Leave Your Mark, which is limited to. It says limited, but it's one of is 100 slots in this, so I don't know if that's limited. So you get to make your mark on Escape Factory. With this limited award, your name will be featured on a prominent board within one of the in-game locations. You'll also get a digital copy of the game for Steam, and exclusive fantastic back to win t-shirt, hoodie, and hat. Your name in the game credits. Special role within Discord, and a mention on our supporter wall for our website. So literally, like, you get your name on a wall in the game, but other than that, you just get some little cheap swag for you pay $2,000, you get some swag that you can probably get for $10 if you commission somebody to do it for you, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, right now they're at like I said, $2,400 out of their $15,000 goal. I mean, I guess that is what it is. I'm not a game developer. I know Bandito, that's more your forte. Like, if $15,000 for a game of this scale, is this something that makes sense, or are
No, right?
they
No, I
desperate?
mean that's less than anyone's salary, right? $15,000 by
Yeah,
itself.
Would that even
Yeah,
cover like a Flash game or a Flash style? You know what I mean? Like
like
a non, you
it's
know,
it could be just to see like what sort of interest has been generated. I feel like
Mhm.
I've heard that before, where that's where people have used Kickstarter, but that's still $15,000 is not a lot of money. So who knows what this could be for? Maybe they're just trying to see if
Mhm.
people would even still bother, or who knows? Maybe it's another rug pull. They're just saying like, hey, people are probably gonna do it, and then they can just kind of run away again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the trailer right now for it, and it kind of reminds me of it's like a Fall Guys with like certain features, additional features on it, and the mechanics in itself looks kind of cool, but it also looks like I don't know what they're trying to do with this game. I wouldn't be opposed to. I'm not gonna obviously back this game, but
Right.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't mind playing it, especially because it said the game is for free. And it looks interesting. It's just, I mean, this is just bad publicity for your game. You know,
Yeah.
and some people might say, you know, some publicity is better than no publicity. Sure, but
that's not true though, because they have, you know, there is bad
Yeah.
publicity.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's like,
yes.
the erosion of trust, right? Like they're no longer a credible company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Thing.
That's what it
So
is. Yeah.
we'll see,
we'll see.
because obviously someone's giving the money, but it
Yeah.
ain't gonna be us.
Nah, not
Mm.
today, buddy. Next thing of news is DBZ Sparking Zero. Early access is peaking at 90K concurrent players on Steam, already surpassing other major fighting games. You had posted this to us, I think a day or two ago, and I mean, for us, I think none of us are surprised by that, mainly because, um, I mean, this is pretty much Budokai Tenkaichi all over again.
And hotly anticipated,
Highly
right?
anticipated. I mean, this is pretty much
Yeah.
Budokai 4
Yeah.
for the American audience. So,
Mhm.
Budokai
I mean,
has.
I'm a little surprised, just because it like, we've had some big numbers. Fighting games have been going through like a bit of a renaissance, where they're just like starting, or a lot of them have been doing really well. Like Tekken 8's been really hot. Street Fighter 6 super hot.
Yeah.
So, but
Really?
yeah, for it to
Street
kind of break.
Fighter 6 is hot.
Oh yeah, I think
it's still doing
had
numbers.
like one of the highest concurrency.
Oh no, that's fine. I wasn't doubting. I haven't kept up with the
Yeah.
fighting game community in a while, but I remember it went through a little lull, so I thought we were still in that.
But
Oh,
yeah,
no,
also, but yeah, this is
They just
also
really
Because
scary.
5 didn't do well, right?
No, 5 did well.
Five did well,
Five
yeah.
launched. 5 launched pretty poorly, but
Yeah.
over time it got a lot better.
But you also got to
So,
think about
and
it.
then-
This is numbers on Steam, right? So
Yeah.
as popular as like PC gaming is, it still
Yeah.
doesn't compare to consoles
console,
as a
yeah.
whole. So it's kind of it's a weird like paradigm shift that's kind of happening. One, and the fact that you have so many concurrent players with Street Fighter 6. One, I mean, Street Fighter 6 has been out for what, like at least like 3 years.
Yeah.
And they are still pulling numbers, 70,000 plus on Steam. So we know that, I mean, I think we're kind of all aware that, like I said, consoles for games like this usually, and just in general,
a lot higher,
yes,
typically.
typically consoles will have a much higher player base than PC. We see that. I mean, we talk a lot of crap about like Killer Instinct, right? And we look at the Steam numbers on Killer Instinct, they'll be like 200 players,
30 or something.
Well, no. It gives you down like that in certain hours of the day, but it'll be like 200 players, which is not indication of how poorly KI is being received overall, because there are still a lot of players on Xbox consoles as compared to Steam. But the fact that when you see heavy, like very high numbers on games like this on Steam, that shows you that the game is very healthy at the moment. So the fact that we have Street Fighter 6 at 70.5K player concurrent users at that time, Tekken 8 50K, Dragon Ball Z Fighters 44.3K, which is surprising because Dragon Ball Z Fighters is pretty much wrapped up. There's no more DLC coming out for it. Mortal Kombat 1 38.1, Brawlhalla, which is surprising, at 34.8K.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear, which Guilty Gear is not a popular fighting game overall compared to.
It is like it's.
Well, it's compared to the big ones.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's also right now. I think Guilty Gear Strive it's the most popular it's been. I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's still doing really well, and they're coming out with a new season of characters as well.
Absolutely, no. Guilty Gear, there's a niche community behind that, and the fact that it's still pulling some really good numbers is impressive in and of itself. And then Soul Calibur is 14.7, but Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is at 90,000. Is really good. That's really good.
Crazy.
Now, granted, this is just people for early access, which is the crazy part.
Right. Yeah.
This is not the full launch, by the way.
Right.
So,
can I ask you guys a question? Because I tried playing Dragon Ball, but it's like I just don't have I've never had the reflexes to play Dragon Ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's different between? Because you guys said Tenkaichi. I thought guys were gonna say Dragon Ball. What is it? The last one that came out, Fighters, right?
Oh, Fighters Z.
Like, what's the difference between Fighters and this new one that's coming on?
I'll say the fighting mechanics basically. Just the style of play.
Yeah.
Between the two are very different.
Yeah. It's Dragon Ball Z Fighters is a 2D fighter that is on a set like a set stage. So there's no real 3D mechanics with this, and it's like a typical think about back in the day, typical Street Fighter Super Nintendo version.
What is it? 2.5D, right? Is what they call it.
Yeah, 2.5D. Yeah. So
that's like arena style fighters sometimes.
Yeah, like Marvel.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if Sparking Zero would be considered an arena fighter necessarily.
Can you really move the camera, like in the Tekken style?
No. In Tekken you can't freely move the camera. But you,
really?
You're only limited to moving like up and down, right? You can sidestep up and down the Z-axis. Yeah. But like in Sparking Zero, you can fly up and down and like kind of be an extreme distance away from the characters. But I don't know if that necessarily arena fighters are fighters like the Naruto fighting games.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of other anime fighters.
It is beyond me. Like I'm more like I'm more meat and potatoes with my fighting games.
Yeah.
Like your Street Fighter, your Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's what, like I've tried. Like I said, I've tried like Dragon Ball, whatever. But again, it's just I don't have the skills for me to find that enjoyable. So that's why I was like, all right. So I didn't realize that it was like. So basically, you're not locked into like a side view in the new game. You can kind of be more free form of where you can actually step in the 3D world.
Yes.
Right.
So it's a true 3D game where you can actually be in an open arena. Like Ed Underground says, like it's an open arena fighter. So like you're thinking typical like closed arena 2D platform where you're always looking side.
Now the new normal, let's say.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
There's actually an interesting video that just came out by I want to say Core A Gaming on YouTube. He's a good.
I like that guy. That's the one with the little A with the white background and everything.
Yeah, I think purple and white. I think.
Maybe
so.
It's not the guy that did the video on the what's that stick called? The one that they were trying to ban for a little while. Yeah, the hitbox.
Yeah. Yes, he made a video recently called "Different Types of Fighting Games." It's pretty good.
Yeah, every fighting game type explained.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Came out a couple weeks ago, or like 2 weeks ago. This is a really good hype around this game. Ed Underground says it's currently beating COD. I don't know the numbers what COD does, but I would not disagree with that. Just knowing the hype of this game, like we haven't had a Budokai Tenkaichi since maybe PlayStation 2 era, maybe at most.
I remember.
Yeah, maybe at most PlayStation 3, but I think it was PlayStation 2 was the last time Budokai Tenkaichi game came out, or Tenkaichi Budokai, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But So
how
this
much
is
of an otaku you are.
Yeah, well, see the thing is, it's funny how people always say like Budokai Tenkaichi is a it actually means something. It's like the the one under the martial arts tournament, something like that. There's a meaning to it. It's not just some random ass words. But I remember back in the day when I think shit, this is probably in high school. This is like Budokai Tenkaichi was like it was
Tenkaichi 3, the last one was on PS2. That was 2007.
Yeah. I remember playing this and it was a hype. It was nothing but hype during that time. And we've gotten Dragon Ball games since then. So this is not like we went from a drought of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 till now with no open arena type of fighting games for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
There's been other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xenoverse was one. I think Xenoverse 2.
Yeah, Xenoverse 2. Those are technically, they're open arena fighters, but those were popular in of their own right. But when you get actual Budokai Tenkaichi, that's when people start going crazy. So this is more of that. And I mean, based on what I've seen, it does look amazing. It does look and I kind of always look at these games. I'm like, damn, it's another Dragon Ball Z game. Like, how many times you gonna have to see the same shit over and over again?
Right.
But this one actually looks really damn good.
Looks legit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like I can see why this is doing so hype. I mean, a lot of people are also saying they're doing this for Akira Toriyama, who recently passed, who was the creator of Dragon Ball. So I mean, yeah, cool. It is what it is, but I think people are just hyped that we have another entry to the Tenkaichi series. So this is, like I said, this is pretty much Budokai 4. This is what people are treating it. So I think this is a game that will stick around for quite a while. Even with DBZ Fighters, that was received very well within the FGC. So
everyone loved that game.
Yeah. It was like kind of the first time there was like a proper, I would say, like that people would say, like kind of a proper or traditional fighting game, right? For Dragon Ball, because it was made by Arc System, which was the people that made
Guilty Gear,
the team that made Guilty Gear. Yeah. So
when was the RPG? Was that before
DBZ Kakarot?
Kakarot, yeah.
Was it the one? There was like wasn't there like a fighting slash?
Oh, I mean that's Xenoverse.
That's Xenoverse and Kakarot too.
Oh, okay.
Well, Kakarot's more of I think that's more of an RPG, right? More of a single player.
Yeah, game. There's RPG elements of Xenoverse though as well. Yeah.
Xenoverse was kind of the best of best of all the above.
Yeah, it was like a mix-up, right, or a mashup. Yeah.
So this game, I think it officially comes out in 2 days. So I think it comes out on the 11th, I believe. And I mean, there's a lot of hype behind it. And I was going to the Ed Underground did ask us if we are going to get Sparking Zero. I was thinking about getting it. I am kind of not in a rush to get it, mainly because you guys, was like, get Warhammer. And there's only seen one person on Warhammer, and that is Bandito Mac. The only other person I've seen on Warhammer is Jake the Snake.
And
Ed, I haven't seen Ed. Ed keeps saying
it never showed up.
Never showed up. He always talking about send the invites, send the invites. We send him an invite, he doesn't show up. So I mean, typical.
I want to say he claimed that he got it, but I'm like, I doubt it because you never played it.
Yeah, well, he says
he did say that he got it. Well, listen, I don't have it.
Well, that's fine.
I get it
for sure. Yeah,
but I'm lazy.
But the difference is that you didn't claim you had it. Ed Underground said that he got up from a deep slumber and drove to the nearest convenience store that he could find and was able to get it from the local convenience / grocery store that he could get it. And he brought it home, bought the game.
/Game Man.
Yeah.
He went to Babbage's and got it at Babbage's.
Yeah.
I mean, back in time.
He went to Funko Land. Got the game. He traded in all his belongings, got the game because they gave him 1 cent for everything that he owned. Each thing, like, hey, you got this, rare game, 1 cent. So he eventually gave away all his old games, finally got it, and then he's never played it or plugged it in or done anything. So I'm kind of apprehensive of getting that. For you guys, at least, to play with you guys. I will get it when I want to get it, and then I will play with y'all as I see fit, because you guys don't. Ed Underground does not accept invites. He doesn't accept them.
He doesn't.
And he's
and he sends invites with specific rules, which I still find ridiculous. How the fuck are you gonna tell someone how can I tell you that I'm better at a game when I can't play the game fully as itself, right? Because remember, he's like calling you like basically like chicken or whatever because you don't want to play him. And what's that stupid game he plays all the time?
Dead by Daylight.
The scary game, yeah.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight. But his condition is that only he gets to play the serial killer.
Yeah,
that's the condition, and that somehow is gonna prove that he's better at the game.
Yeah, well, his thing is he's like, I only play killer, and the way that I'm going to show you that I'm better than you at the game is I can only play the killer, and you can only play the survivor. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, now the thing is like I can play both roles. I can play survivor and killer, but the thing is, even in the professional play of Dead by Daylight, the teams, when they have two competing teams, they switch, right? So one team plays the killer, one person on that team plays the killer, the other team plays as survivor. After the rounds are done, they switch roles where then now the other team who was the survivor becomes the killer and vice versa. And that's how they score the game. But Ed Underground doesn't understand that. He's like, no, I gotta play I'm a one trick pony. That's all I can do. And it's just like, dude, that's not how you kind of play DBD. But and then he wants to play. And then the crazy thing about Day by Daylight, he wants to play the killer. And I play the survivor. But the thing is that he wants me to pretty much dodge him for hours, and pretty much for his computer. Like he wants electricity to literally die out in his house before. And if he beats me, if he gets me, then all of a sudden he wins. But then it's like, okay, let's play a role. This is why I want to switch roles. Is like he plays a killer. I'll play survivor. Let's see how long I can survive up until, let's put a time limit on 15 minutes.
Okay,
and then, okay, if you can catch me within that time, cool. If you can't, then, blah, 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 put me on the hook or something like that. And we just do how many rounds. And then we switch and see who does it in the faster time and how many consecutive times I can get you. He doesn't want to play like that. His excuse is, I don't play survivor. There's no way I can do it. And it's just like, oh, really? Like, come on, man. Give me the shot that I deserve. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah,
I just like the bravado is all.
Yeah, he's saying that I challenged him. I did challenge him, but you play by certain rules. It's like the DBD.
He didn't want to accept the terms.
Yeah, he doesn't want to accept the terms. He doesn't want to play by official terms, and I'm cool with doing it officially. I don't want to do this whole you gotta dodge me for 10 hours to show that I'm not I'm better than you or blah blah blah. So it is what it is. But yeah, I sent the invites. He never accepted it. Only person that accepted it was Bandito, and we have
we finished the campaign.
We finished the campaign on I think second to hardest difficulty. We did it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, so but yeah, Sparking Zero, we'll see. How about you, Bandito? You think you're gonna get it?
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I don't know. I'm kind of like you.
I know Bandito's gonna get it. You won't be able to resist it.
He's gonna get
just how fighting games. I know for sure, just from seeing even before Bandito was in this pod, that he's like super into fighting, which I respect because I do. The thing is, I wish I was good enough at fighting games to love him even more. But I do love like fighting games. It's just usually as a fan you get to a certain point when you like hit a wall.
I feel like you can play you can still have fun like at your rank, right? Like. I think that's the thing is like, let's say it doesn't always have to be you have to climb to the top, right? Like you can just be like if you played Street Fighter, right, and just say you got ranked gold, it's like just be gold. Like just you want to pop on, have a few games, be gold for forever, right? Like just because the thing is like when people rank up a lot, like when I read on the internet at least, they're like. Oh, I keep ranking down, and it's like, okay, well, you're not that good. Or it's like, if they want to rank up faster, it's like you're just gonna get beat worse. You know what I mean? Like
worse, because they're not learning what gets you. What is it like? Pro fighters, it's all about averages, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna lose, but basically, you're looking for an average that benefits you. That's basically what most fighting game players say, because they're like, I don't know why people get so upset about losing. It's like it's just about. Knowing whatever. Because sometimes you won't the time, exactly. Right? Like, and when you take a loss, you have to like redo your plan in order to like it's really cool. So.
And you can't, or like you don't have to, right? Like you can either like stick to your game plan. Like maybe it's not going to work against someone who's probably really good, right? But they're going to rank up higher and get out of that bracket anyway, right? Yes. But as long as it's working for you or like you're having fun, it doesn't even matter. Like just have fun at your level.
Well, you bring up a great point about that because that's the whole thing about MMR, right? Your MMR will dictate where you're going to be ranked at. So if you blew up, like if you played the game the very first day and you got to the highest rank that day, of course you're going to get that at that point because maybe not all the player base has gotten up to
people still learning.
Yeah,
right?
people still learning.
Yeah.
But once you get to a point like with Street Fighter 6, once people have gotten the technical aspect of that game, because each Street Fighter is different. And of course there's those FGC nerds who, and I don't say nerds in a bad way, they're just experts. They know frame by frame, like which moves are better. So then you get to a point where you get to the top leagues. If you're there, you've deserved it. And you're going to play at a rank that's appropriate for you. And even the best players in the world, you'll see it all the time where I used to really watch a lot of like FGC players. You'll see to a point where they'll start losing to like random ass people, like who you know they will never be on the tournament stage. They will never go get sponsorships. They're not at the level of that player, that top tier player, but they'll beat them. That person will get beat by some random ass dude. And you can tell the real like FGC players are like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Like if you see me in person, first off, that would never happen. Yeah. And then it's just that this is online. Who gives a shit?
Well, it's online, right? Yeah. It's not like a real 1st to 10 or something.
Yeah.
And most of the times what happens is because whoever it is that they play has like a strange style that they weren't expecting.
Yes.
And when they do the rematch, you start to see where the pro comes in, where they'll like basically kick their ass once because like, okay, now I know how he plays. Now I can readjust my thing, right?
Exactly.
So that's why they like, or they don't like, but if you're a pro, you learn from your losses. You don't just stay playing the same way over and over again because this is gonna lead you down, to basically losing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would guess too. I would assume that most like the average player in the player base probably doesn't do that. Like they probably don't read frame data, right? They probably aren't trying to be the best at the game. So it's like most people that you run into are probably going to be like the average person that's on your level, or like the top pros or like in streamers type people, like that's such a small percentage of the player base.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's like you don't want to get caught up trying to think like, oh, I need to be at this level if I start playing this game. Like that's a quick way to like be disappointed.
You're right. Well, not only like not and I guess we're all fucking geeking out over FGC, but not only that, but basically like if you watch like the pro players, a lot of their shit is boring to watch because they say they will practice one move over and over again because of the frame data, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The frame data is not useful to anyone except if you're at the level where you literally need a pixel to up your game. When you're at that level where a pixel is what's up in your game, you're beyond what the average player is.
Yeah.
And you're right. It basically, they're like, okay, let me rehearse this movie 1,000 times so that when I actually have to compete, I can pull it out, in a heartbeat or instinctively.
Yeah.
But and a lot of people, including myself, are not willing to fucking
they're not gonna
put the time that it takes to perfect like a move. Never mind a full set of move for a fighter, right?
Yeah, they want to come home. They want to hop on ranked, play a few games. They don't want to go in training mode and like, I gotta nail this combo because I gotta go to.
I really need to like work on my Blanca.
I gotta study this matchup. Unless you're trying to, unless you want to get good, right? Like that's the only time you want to do that.
But that's how crazy it is. Like even like pro players can only really be good with a hand, like just 2 or 3 out of a roster, right? There's very few that can master a full roster. That's how insane it gets when you become like a high end
all the time. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that's the thing with like, I mean, back when I used to watch pro players play, it used to be to a point where it would be very
LTG.
Yeah, LTG, and I used to enjoy watching him play. Yeah. Like, I used to enjoy. Oh yeah, he's back in the day he was horrible, and I haven't watched him. I haven't watched him like seriously in years.
Neither have I.
He was entertaining to watch, but I like the fact that he played like low tier characters because it was fun to watch, and it was a situation where like I will watch other pro players and it'll be boring because they will practice in the practice room. They won't be fighting nobody. They'll just be in the practice room practicing combos nonstop. And to me, I'm just like, yo, this is so boring to watch. I'm like,
yeah, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm like, this sucks so much. So I used to watch these guys and I'm just like, your whole gameplay, like you're not even interacting with people. You're like, fuck, I can't get this combo right. I'm off by 3 milliseconds. And it's just like, this shit's boring. But that's what it takes to be at the highest level. And like I said, like, and I mean, Bandito said it best. It's like, a lot of these guys just want to come in. They don't want to sit there and be like, go to the practice mode. They just want to be, a lot of people, they buy the game just to be able to play online, just have a casual, stress-induced time, but have they just want to just chill and have a good time.
Yeah, you want to chill, you want to press buttons. Like, that's it. Like,
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to experience fighting games, honestly.
There's nothing cooler than like seeing a tournament like fighting game. Right?
Yeah,
like I don't think I get the same joy out of watching. Like, yeah, I'll still watch them, right? When it's like Capcom Live Euro Cup or something. I'll watch a few matches, right?
Yeah,
and they're still fun.
Yeah, they're like it's
because
like
of that, because you're watching people that can do things that you can't do yourself with, the character. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Like you just like seeing, like, you want to see people compete at a high level. It's interesting, like the same way people watch their football or their basketball. I feel like like, that's what it is for me.
Yeah, same here. I enjoy watching it when I can't watch it at a high level. Myself, I don't necessarily I'm not big into fighting games like I used to. The one cool person I watch, he is a Jigglypuff player, and I don't know why he got recommended to me on Instagram, but like he'll have some trap music in the background and he'll be pulling off like insane, Jigglypuff has a one-hit KO move, which is a huge risk, huge reward to do.
Yeah.
And he nails it like an expert. And I'm like, yo, this is so fun to watch. Him going through like fighting people online and then landing this combo and killing somebody at 20% on Super Smash Brothers. Do I want to go that route and learn it myself? Hell no. I have the patience for that. Like, and I'm like, talking, Bandito's been asking us to play Guilty Gear. And I've seen him play Shrive a few times online. And I'm like, I kind of want to buy it. And now I'm kind of like, I'm willing to get it. I have some older Guilty Gears. I haven't played them in many, many years. But yeah, like, no, it's fun to play. And it's fun to just jump on. And I think that's the same for any competitive game with a rank mode or something like that. Even like BRs. I used to love BRs. And people will be like, "Oh my god, like Fortnite, I have to be number one. If I'm not number one, as soon as they get downed, with a teammate, they just like before you could like revive yourself and keep trying over and over again, people would just quit immediately. Like, I'm done. I can't. If I'm not number one, I don't want it. It's just like, dude, like, yeah, you just want to come home and just chill. And I think that's why I'm in more like first player or single player games now, because it's simple. I just want to relax without all the stress. But with Sparking Zero, I think I'm gonna get on that. But we'll see. We'll see. I used to.
What about a little? I think we've checked this before. What about a little fantasy realm Creamcast?
What do you mean?
Filled with adventures, dragons, and wonders.
Baldur's Gate,
Rolling Hills, and orcs.
I just want the bear sex.
And elves.
Yeah, you're talking about everything, but what I want to play. I want some bear sex, dude. I mean that's a good time because especially if you can play with one hand, the possibilities are endless, sir. Yeah. So yeah, I do have a friend that wants to play. Get me into Baldur's Gate. I have not accepted him on that offer. But we'll see. I might be going into the fantasy land very soon, and he might be a bear, and I might be a sexy night elf. I don't know what type of.
Well, I think there's real life bears too.
Hey, you know what? I don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and there's otters. There's cubs.
I feel like
you're. World out there.
I feel like you're maybe might be a little into this more than I am. But hey, I'm not here to king shame, sir.
I'm not curious.
He's like, I'm just a healthy male. I like what I like, Somebody said, "God,
do I cry in the shower afterwards?"
Yeah, but it's like somebody said, if God didn't want me to be this way, why did he give me a penis? It's like, I guess that's a valid argument, if anything.
Oh, hold on though. Speaking of other games, though,
I thought you were saying, hold
on,
penis. I was like, what?
Yeah, I thought you were going to share a story. I was like, oh shit,
shit.
Bandito's getting steamy.
What about penis?
There's some steam. I think. Look, there at the edges of Bandito's camera. It's
steamy.
That's steam's building up.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It's not blurred.
What's up with that. Oh, but no, the Red Dead Redemption. I feel like that was a good segue to that.
Oh,
Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare has been announced for
man,
PC.
I missed
you're super hyped about
Wait,
that.
the one from way back then?
Yes.
Way back.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Dude, I think I wasn't even married at that point. This is old.
No, none of us were married. We were still, married. Yeah, we were like still in college and like and everything else. Like this might have don't know.
Holy shit.
This didn't come out during high school. This probably came out when I was in college. PS3.
It was like PS3.
Yeah, PS3. Yeah. It's been two whole ass console generations, which
that's a long time.
That's 7 years.
I'll be honest, I thought this was already out on PC.
No,
really?
And honestly, I didn't play the first one because by the time I was actually ready to play it, I was outside school at the point, and I think the PS3. I was stuck on WoW at the time. I was really big into.
I think
WoW.
that was my same reason. Actually, yeah, because I have the game. I had it, and I think I started it, but then it was like I got to go raid or something. I don't know.
I got to do other stuff, and it's funny because it's like it's crazy because I really like these type of games. This is like GTA. I remember people back in the day were talking about this is GTA with cowboys and so forth, and I was like, this is really cool. But I was so big into WoW at the time, I played nothing else but WoW. So it was a situation that it was an era that I missed, and I've been really big on when games come out on PC years later that I missed, I get to play them. Like one was Valkyrie Chronicles. That was another Okami. I miss Okami. I missed the wave when Okami came out. Now it's on PC, so now I have it. There's a lot of games that I miss during certain gaming periods of my life, and there's a time that I stopped playing games as well that I've been waiting for. And like the Red Dead Redemption has been, I've had Red Dead Redemption 2 in my Steam library for as long as the game has been out. And I'm like, I want to play it, but I was dead set I'm not going to play it until I play the first one because there is some story overlap in between the two. So I was like, I want to play the first one and then I'll play the second one. Now my prayers have been answered because I've been on a kick of first person game or single player games recently. I keep saying first person. Single player games at the moment. I played Horizon Zero Dawn. Bought Horizon. I loved the hell of that game. Pretty much did every mission I could. I didn't get a platinum or anything on Steam or whatever, but I've done a lot of stuff. I'm playing Forbidden West right now, and now I know once Red Dead comes out, I'm buying that game day one. And I'm going to play the absolute dog shit out of it, so then I can play the second one because I've heard so many great things about this. And I'm telling
you know that Red Dead Redemption 2, that's a prequel, technically. It happens before Red Dead Redemption 1.
Oh, I thought it was because I thought that was the father. I thought that the father of the first one was the son of the second one. It's the opposite.
It's sort of sort of.
Because I got the ending kind of spoiled for me.
For the first one?
Or the one, I think it was the 2. The 2 is the one where the father, spoiler alert.
I'm not sure. I don't know how
they both are melded in my mind, to be honest.
But they're very similar. They're similar endings.
Which is the one that has the super crazy giant world? That's the second one, right?
That's the first one. That's Undead.
That's the first one?
Yeah, Undead Nightmare. Yeah.
Oh.
With the zombies? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first
okay.
One. That's what it's also coming out. So, but because Red Dead Redemption 1 is John Marston, and he is he's coming up in the gang in the second one,
right? And then
he becomes the main character. Like you see how he becomes who he is in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
But the first one's is post. So you could technically play the second one first, and then see how the story turns out, and then you'll see what happens in the first one.
Gotcha.
Because it happens afterward. But yeah. it's cool either way. So I'm excited. I'm curious to see because I never actually finished the first one either. So I definitely want to play through it myself.
Yeah, the first one I kind of want to do. I want to do the first one just to get the same experience that everybody else did. It's kind of like watching Star Wars, where you watch episode, 1, 2, and 3, or episode whatever the prequels first, and then you 4, 5, and 6, and then you go back to you do 4, 5, and 6, and then you go back to 1, 2, and 3. And it's just like that. It's the correct way of watching it as far as chronologically, but I kind of want to experience it just like everybody else experienced it. So that's why I want to do it. And plus, it kind of sucks when you play something that gives you a whole bunch of options. Like if the second one is the vast improvement, you don't want to be like, oh, I could do all these things, and then you go back to 1. And it's like, holy shit, right. You're going back in time.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, nah, I gotta do it in the correct order. But yeah, I'm telling you, I was so hyped when I saw that because it's a game that I've always wanted to play, and it's always been, it's one of those games that even to this day, it's a very beloved franchise. And I really, 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 really want to play it. So
people really like it. I don't think they're bad games. I bounce off of them pretty hard though. And
they're
I'm not sure
fun
why.
to like waste time and explore.
But yeah,
right?
unless
like, can't you like find like
myself to like
basically like weird little like spots?
Yeah, the second one is full of stuff like that. Like the world is very much alive. It feels like.
They started like the horse testicles. Remember there was a whole thing about how like they would shrink depending on the weather.
Oh, probably. Yeah,
I'm serious. Like there's like an actual thing.
Like
I was like, what? Yeah. I'm like, that's some crazy.
That's hilarious.
That someone had to think about.
Yeah,
is this
pretty nuts?
It's by Rocksteady, right?
Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Rocksteady is the Batman ones, right?
Batman's, Batman. Which is crazy. Like Rockstar is literally like they're a two-trick pony kind of. It was like Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto. Like I don't know what Rockstar does outside of that. But yeah, they make games. Like that's the thing about like GTA. Like that's like once you beat the campaign, there's so much to do in GTA after the fact. It's like it almost doesn't end to an extent. I felt like it obviously there you could do every mission and then afterwards you have nothing to do. And I've done that with like Vice City and so forth. But like these the new ones, I feel like there's so much to do. Like you really you have months and months of content if you play it casually.
Well, online is where the thing is now.
It seemed more fun to do it in Red Dead though.
Oh really?
Yeah, just because the Red Dead is like so disconnected from like current reality that it seemed more, at least to me, it seemed like it was a little more intriguing, right? Like GTA is great, but it's just, you're in an urban city, right? The big whoop. With the other one, it seemed like it was like very Western themed, but there were also like weird little shit. Right? There was like, I never went to it when it was open, or I don't know if there was a way to get in. Remember finding this like old abandoned lab, which was basically like Frankenstein's lab, right? In the middle of nowhere, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? How did I get in? And you could also find like weird like tribes, and there's like a weird creature also that's like through the woods, which might be Bigfoot, but I never got to actually see the damn thing. There were like serial killers. Like there was all these like little things spread everywhere for you to find. And the way you got around was, like horse, train, like something that's more uncommon nowadays. Whereas in GTA, you can get on a jet or, like drive a car or something.
Yes.
Yeah. I think what it is more of like they are creating the fantasy really well, right? Like I think they create the cowboy or like that Western, like that old timey
feel,
fantasy, that feel, Like that fantasy.
I mean, obviously it's a fantasy. I'm sure it wasn't anything like.
Well, it's like the GTA one. It's like they put you more of like in a crime fantasy, right? Like you're in the control of like a high powered thief that can get access to all this crazy shit and can kind of do whatever. Like you're pretty much invincible in a sense.
Yeah.
But versus Red Dead Redemption, where the fantasy is more the old Western feel, which they can kind of do a bit more. Like if you're more interested in that world, right? I think that's kind of what may be more appealing.
Yeah.
But
that's why.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm very excited about because it does feel very feels very alive. It gives me. It seems like this. They did a really good job of making this like a Western GTA. And I know in the past people used to always want this, like when GTA was out, like make a a Western GTA. People always come up with these weird ideas, like make one in feudal Japan, and that's kind of what happened with
Right.
Assassin's Creed. Like, oh man, we're doing all this assassination. Let's make a Japanese one, and then when they do, and people don't like it, well, it's just not a problem with the fans. It might be.
We know why.
Yeah, we know. But I look at it now, like going back to like these games is just like they were so well received, and I necessarily don't play games just because they're well received, because there's plenty of games out there that I just won't play just because it's just not my thing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this because, like I said, it just looks great. It looks like a fun game, and the fact that they're bringing it to PC just makes me that much more happy.
Did it say if it was like upscaled or anything? I don't know if they added any details like that, but I'm curious if they're like up-resing things. It is. Including native 4K resolution, ultra wide support, super wide ultra support.
They said there's PC related settings, a lot of PC related settings on this.
Oh, excellent! So it's even better.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be even better. So like, I would recommend, obviously, if you haven't played it, obviously play it. If you have played it, if you want to get that itch again for this, I mean, I think it's kind of cool to be able to play this again on a PC or whatever, and their graphics and everything else. So I'm really looking forward to this. And like I said, I was super. I don't think you guys are. I don't think you guys understand how excited I was when I saw this. I was like, I'm the one that posted the story into the chat, and I was like, what? This is mind-boggling. So
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. It blew my mind.
Yeah, I think you were really the one excited about it.
Yeah, that's fine. We all have different tastes and everything else. It is what it is. So we have, for the next story, Velma has been canceled. So Velma came out for season 2.
I didn't even know it was still on.
Yeah, it came out with a season 2.
Wow.
Wait, the season 2 came out?
Yes.
I thought it was still in development.
Oh, is it still in development? I thought it was
season 2.
I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I don't know.
I'm looking right now on.
I posted the story.
Yeah,
but
thank you for looking, because I have no idea.
Also, it said seemingly canceled, so I feel like that's also unconfirmed.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, Velma currently has 2 seasons. So seemingly canceled. I assumed it would be canceled. I don't know how well received the second season was. I know the first season, we talked about it, was not the most well received. They definitely, Velma, I think we talked about before, Velma 1, we did like it to an extent. But it was trying to do things that we just thought maybe it didn't need to do.
Maybe it did,
they were just trying to push topics, and it's just like, it's whatever. But this was also done on a show on Max where they could be a little bit more risque. Apparently the people didn't like it, and they decided to cancel.
Just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Exactly. So it is what it is. But yeah, it seemingly got canceled, which is still cool. It got 2 seasons. Nothing wrong with trying something new.
I'm looking at some headlines.
They got a second season. That's impressive.
Confirmed. Yeah, they got a second season, but confirmed that there is no season 3. It's over. It's over.
Yeah,
as it were.
It's over.
Yep. To be fair, Mindy Kaling is not a powerhouse as far as keeping shows up and moving herself. I can't think of anything that she's done that has been extremely successful. Was
her show pretty successful? I thought
the Mindy Project.
The Mindy Project.
That was around for 5 seasons, so that in of itself is not bad. So she has gotten some accolades, and she got some nominations and a Tony Award. So she had 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, Tony Awards, 6 Primetime Emmy Award nominations. So it's not like she's a horrible actor or anything of the sort. It's just that I don't see, she doesn't have a lot of staying power for this. And I'm not saying it's necessarily her fault that Velma got canceled or anything of the sort. Like I said, Velma wasn't anything that was really. It didn't have a lot of drive to it. I wasn't excited about season 2.
No.
Kind of wanted to just seize it for Scooby. That was it.
I think I wanted a second season out of spite, to be honest.
Yeah,
it wasn't like I didn't want a second season because I wanted it. It was just a spiteful act that I really wanted to happen, and it did for a little bit.
Yeah,
so at least part of my wish came true.
Yeah,
The spite is a very
They're
powerful
looking out
thing.
for you. Yeah.
I just think that with her, it's just like, I mean, I'm looking through her filmography, and it's nothing really out here other than like Curb Your Enthusiasm and like 40-year-old version. It's not. I don't see anything here that she's headlined herself where it's been very, very popular. Outside of the Mindy project, which got, like I said, it got 5 seasons. So hey, congrats to her for sure. So like I said, I don't think it's necessarily her fault that the show got canceled. I'm not going to blame it on her. I think it was just maybe overall it just didn't jive well. It's once again, it's like we've always talked about in the past, is the audience they think is going to care about this are not the audience that's going to watch this. And I think that's probably what happened, honestly. So
it's the Joker 2.
Yeah, no one asked for this.
Yeah, it's a Joker 2.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. So it is what it is. And for our last story for the day, Star Wars, Ewan, how do you say this? Ewan
McGregor.
Ewan, yeah.
Ewan McGregor.
It's always weird to see it written out. Like I always just used to saying it, but seeing it written out is weird. Ewan McGregor says Disney
Explorer. Like Evan, but with a W. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like what's it called? Ralph Fiennes. Have you ever seen how Fiennes is spelled?
No.
It's not how you think it would be spelled.
Was it?
Okay. Ralph Fiennes. Was it Voldemort or whatever?
Yeah, it's like Phineas, right? Phineas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like PH something.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I forgot that it's spelled very weird. But yeah, so Ewan McGregor says Disney exploring ideas for Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2. This is something else I feel, me personally, that no one wants. No one wants an Obi-Wan season 2.
I can think of one person. I can think of one person right now.
Okay.
Don't you dare say that, Ricky Bobby, because we know what we all know one person.
Yes, there's one person who would sit here.
Fool.
Absolute fool. Clown show of a person who thinks about things like duality. Of
what? But if it's red, it's evil.
Yeah.
And if it's blue, it's good.
You see how his face was split? And it's duality in the shut the fuck up. Yeah, he loves Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, yeah, so they're exploring season ideas for season 2. It seems like they don't have Obi-Wan season 2 actually fleshed out, which I think is a more telling issue than anything else. I think Obi-Wan, we talked about it. Obi-Wan kind of ended on a sour note. There's a lot of little weird things that they were doing. I don't know how they can be able to salvage this, but to each their own. Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, the Star Wars fans are gonna hate it.
Yeah, well, Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
it's
some of them.
They're the biggest.
Oh, they're gonna hate it. They're gonna hate it.
It does come from, I don't know how, because he's honestly around our age, but he has this thing where he's like super into the prequels, right? Yeah. And I think those super prequel people like Ed will enjoy whatever they vomit next, even though it breaks all canon and it makes no sense whatsoever, right?
He's gonna have like a black girlfriend or something. They're gonna fucking flip shit.
Well, if he has a black girlfriend,
that's when they'll lose that. They're like, what?
There's only one black person. There's 2 black people in all Star Wars. Lando,
her name wasn't Calrissian.
Yeah, Lando and Chewbacca, the only 2 black people in Star Wars.
Chewbacca's black.
Yeah. So there's no way there could be another black person, especially a black woman.
What is this? BET? Oh my God.
Right. Look, the blacks are taking over, guys. Like, yeah, I can see it happening. Yeah. So this Sweet Baby Ink get involved.
Yeah.
We already know what's gonna happen.
Go Walker, go bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrible. But to be fair, this one, I mean, like I said, Obi-Wan wasn't wasn't great. So we're all waiting for
Oh, it was bad.
our Lord and Savior, Andor or Mando to come back and save us from this horrible Mandor. Yeah, the only thing that can save us from a horrible Star Wars plotline. So we'll see what happens. No guarantees.
Yeah.
I'm slightly hoping that there is no more. If there is going to be a future of Star Wars and Obi-Wan, that they get some competent writers. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Disney's supposed to be changed, right?
I'm not holding my breath.
I wonder when what's his name? Oh man, I can't believe it. Well, I wonder when Obi-Wan will actually start somewhat resembling what the Obi-Wan from the initial movies were. Whereas this old Haggerty man with a fucking just like a rag on that he grabbed from a potato sack, and he was like driving with Luke through the desert, right? It's like the same thing that happened with Harry Potter, right? Where they had like the fucking what's his name, the main wizard. In the beginning, he dressed like like a fucking
Dumbledore, yeah.
Oh.
Super wizardy guy with the goofy hat and the goofy robe and everything.
Yep.
And then the prequels, he has like a 3-piece suit and his whole potato. It's like, when does the transfer happen? When am I gonna see him start looking Haggerty and looking like the Obi-Wan that we know?
Yeah.
With the midlife crisis, or like the one who's transitioning into a hospice almost care.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you think this old ass man is gonna be fighting Vader at level that he was? Like, I mean, granted, he did get killed either way, but still, it's I'm waiting.
Bitch ass way too. He just closed his eyes and let it happen.
Yeah, he closed his eyes. He just looked at Luke and was like, Luke, he's like, close the door, and then just got cut in half, and then just disappeared. It's like, what the hell just happened? Which is still such a weird thing in Star Wars. I hate that happened. When he sliced him and he just disappeared, and it was just like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
he became the Force.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna show up behind Luke and butt naked and so forth. Like, it's like, hey, Luke, that wasn't the only lightsaber I was wielding. And then it's like,
Luke is taking a piss, and all of a sudden, like, his dick just starts like shaking off the last bits by itself. He's like, what? I'm here, Luke.
Luke, I am controlling the piss. I am one with the Force. Like, it's weird. I hate that. But anyhow. Yeah, Obi-Wan. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we won't see more of it, but there's a possibility. But that's
a big possibility.
Yeah. Well, that's all our stories. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about really quick before we wrap up?
Nah.
Yeah, nothing I could think of.
Yeah, I mean, from the ether, really quick. I mean, we can talk about it. I mean, we might save it for next week.
No, what is it?
Our dear friend Darkside posted a news article talking about Xbox reveals that Indiana Jones Special Edition Series X is being released, which it shows it in like it's pretty much a gold Xbox, which we are. I don't think any of us are indie fans to the extent that Darkside is. Yeah, he takes it to
he's way too much. He's so forgiving in those damn movies, man.
Yeah, I mean, even when I joked about the fact that Harrison Ford, hopefully he survives and lives for the next couple decades, so that we can have him in.
Listen, when it happens and Harrison Ford passes away, we need to agree right now that we're gonna start taking turns looking after Darkseid.
We really do.
It's gonna be a rough couple of months.
Yeah, oh, man, he's gonna be really upset. I mean, I remember he got mad at me for even suggesting the fact that
he was mortal.
I didn't know that there was this reverence for Harrison Ford.
No, he loves it. He really loves that series. He's not joking when he said he loves it. It's like that's his childhood, like watching those movies.
Yeah, and when I told him, when I said that, like it kind of took me by surprise, like how serious he got. He was like, "Don't play." He's like, "Don't play like that." And I'm like, "Nah, we're He's like, "We're moving on." And he really loves. He loves.
Yeah.
And I say love as strictly reverence and platonic. He truly
loves.
loves.
Obviously, not.
So he loves
not,
Indiana
not
Jones.
in a fucked up way, but yeah.
No,
not like
he loves
Harrison Ford.
Well, he
The
loves
character.
he loves Indy, but he loves he loves the fact that Harrison Ford is playing Indy.
It's Indy. Yes.
It's Indy.
If it was another actor, he would not.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, when I said that, he got really serious. Like, don't play like that. This is not funny. Harrison Ford, he thinks Harrison Ford will live forever. So if God forbid anything ever happens to Harrison Ford, we are in for it. That's for sure. But yes, so Vant, it says that the Xbox theme to the upcoming Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has been revealed. It's starting November 12th. Fans visiting Microsoft Experience Centers in London, Sydney, and New York can attempt to win it by solving a puzzle box inspired by the game. So this is not something you can just buy off the shelves. You have to go to one of those 3 locations, solve a puzzle box, and you can have the potential to win this pretty much a straight gold color.
Win the potential to win it?
Just the potential to win it. But yeah, it's just pretty much a gold Series X. So best of luck to everybody. If anybody that deserves to get this is Darkside.
Darkside, yeah. I can only imagine like 10 other people in this contest, so probably have a good shot.
He has a really good shot. And I would not be surprised if he makes a suggestion really soon. Hey guys, let's take a road trip. And we're gonna be like, oh man, this is really awesome. He really wants to go like travel, and he beelines straight from the airport straight to the Microsoft Experience Center. So like I said, we need to support our friend if it comes to traveling.
Traveling.
Not that if. I'm gonna pretend like that man lives forever. But I'm talking about if he needs to travel to go find this legendary console, the Grail of Grails, the Holy Grail, then we have to support him. So
he might have to travel to India and go deep inside a cave.
Is so
the little swap, but instead of being like the little idol, it's the golden Xbox.
Yeah, we're like, dude, why do you have a bag full of sand inside of your suitcase? He's like, don't worry about it, but I perfectly measured the weight of an Xbox Series X. So yeah, he's gonna do the swap
just by eyesight somehow.
Yeah, the funny thing is like you can literally just get a case for this thing, and honestly, from what I'm looking at, you can probably just paint your own Xbox a shiny gold, and you will probably get the exact same result.
You can go to Home Depot and get yourself a little can of gold Krylon and go nuts and get a shiny golden Xbox.
Get the exact same thing. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that was just some news that he had posted for us. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. All right, unless we have anything else, I think that's pretty much wrapped up our news for today.
I think we're done.
All right, cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into our Blrd extra content. Of course, as we said before, you can always catch us on twitch.tv/the Blrd podcast to watch us live. And we are going to be broadcasting on all major podcasting platforms, audio and visual, at a later point in time. But until next time, you guys take care, and we will blur you later.
Extra you later.
Extra.
Are we using the same? Are we doing the same sign off?
We got to figure something out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, because it's extra. All right, blur you later.
Blur you later.